everybody, welcome back to my channel. So glad you're here with me today. Today I have a fun project using the March Trace Jolie scrapbook kit using the Stamperia paper secret diary. We're going to be making a few little notebooks that you can keep or give away, and these are going to be super simple and fun to make. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I cut out these 4 little pieces here. Now these are about, I think, almost 5 or 5.5 by, there might be less than, let's see here. Yeah, they're 5.5, about 5.5 or 5 and 5/8 by like 3.5 to 4. It just depends on how much border you want around each one of these images. Now these are little cut apart cards that are from the kit, and so we're going to be making some really cute little notebooks with these, and I thought these would be super cute. If you have like a Zutter or anything like that, you can definitely make them with those. And so I am really excited. I think those are going to be super cute, and I have a couple of ideas that we're going to be doing with these. Okay, so to begin, you're going to go ahead and cut out a piece of chipboard that is 3 3/4 by 6.5. Then you're going to cut a piece of cardstock at 5.5 by 11. Once you do this, then you're going to go ahead and put the 5.5 across the top of your scoreboard, like I'm doing, and score at 1 and then 4 3/4. You're going to turn it and then score at 1, 1 1/8, and then 1 1/4. Then you're going to score at 7 3/4, 7 7/8, and then at 8. And these are going to be 3 score lines that are close to each other, so that way you have some, flexibility on the notepad height, okay? Next, you're going to go ahead and cut the 2 squares on either side that are scored, one up on top by the 1-inch side, and then down below where it's that little half flap where you'll see me folding that up right now. And then you're going to place your chipboard right in the middle and make sure that it's not on any of the score lines. So you'll want to fold up your flaps to make sure that it's right in the middle. Next, you're going to cut out 2 pieces of cardstock that are 3 5/8 by 6.5. And that one piece is going to go adhered to the longer flap, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and place one in the middle part of that where the chipboard is going to be showing. So you're just going to go ahead and glue in the sides of your flaps like I'm doing here. And then once you get that done, then like I said, we're going to go ahead and adhere down the flap on that middle piece there. We're going to go ahead and glue that down in the middle, and then we're going to go ahead and adhere the other piece to that flap. That way it's covered all the way around and you don't have to worry about covering it later, and then you can just go ahead and decorate it the way you want. Just to make sure everything is burnished in really nice and everything is pretty good. So next we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue the next piece that is 3 5/8 by 6.5 to that flap. Now you can cut this down just a bit because it is a little bit long, so you can cut it down to like 3.5 or 3 3/8 if you want to. That way it's not reaching right quite at the top of that 1-inch flap that falls down over everything. And you'll see here in a minute when I fold it up, see how it folds in, and it does fold in really nice. You do have a lot of room to place in your paper. And I did cut out some lying to school paper, okay, and I just cut that out, and I went ahead and I'm going to be gluing all of those pieces together. Now here I'm taking the top score line and I'm making sure that it's folded over correctly, so when I glue this down it's going to be able to hold all of these pieces. So when you glue your paper pad or your papers together, okay, if you're cutting individual pieces like I did, then you're going to go ahead, glue the top, place them all together, put glue on the top, go ahead and place some little clothespins on top or some little clips, let it dry for a little bit. You're going to go ahead and place another couple of coats on top of there. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to place some magnets on top. And I went ahead and just placed down one here, and then we're going to place down another one. Just like that, okay? So I just go ahead and I add glue to the bottom one. I kind of hold it there for a little bit, and then I went ahead and placed a piece of tape on the bottom. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to let that dry for a little bit. So the next thing I did is I went ahead and trimmed down around my image, and so that's what I did with all of them. And then I went ahead and distressed them on the sides, all along the sides, and then I went ahead and inked them all. And I just used my walnut stain ink because I felt like that ink really went well with the way that the paper color is, and I really liked it. So I noticed that it's a little small, so it wasn't reaching over the little magnet that I put on. So I cut out a piece of paper and I went ahead and cut out the top and the inside pieces as well for the flap to go over the magnets. So those are about 1 inch, and so you'll go ahead and measure yours out and place those on there, and I'm just gluing everything on now. So I'm going to take off that paper that's on the inside holding the magnet down, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that piece right on top of there. So it's going to go right on the inside, and then I'm going to go ahead and place down the other piece on top. And you're just, you know, if you make a bunch of these, it's so easy. You can make these in a matter of minutes, y'all. Next, we're going to go ahead and cover the inside, and you're also going to cover the back. Okay, so basically I went ahead and cut out a couple of pieces of paper. I went ahead and distressed them and inked them, and then covered the inside and the back of my little notepad here. And this is great to make using your scraps. Now that we've let this dry a little bit, now you're going to put your another coat on top of that, and now you're going to go ahead and I placed some tape right on that top portion there, and you're just going to go ahead and make sure that that is burnished in really, really good. Okay, so once your papers are dry, you're going to take your clips off, you're going to remove the double back tape, and then you're going to go ahead and just press that up to the edge of the double back tape. Make sure that it's burnished down really good, and then you're going to go ahead and add your clips to it, let it sit for a little bit, and let it adhere together for a while, and then you're done. Now for this second notepad that we're going to be making, you're going to cut your lined paper at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. You're going to go ahead and place glue on the left side of that notepad, and then you're going to go ahead and clip all of those pieces together, and you're going to set aside and let this dry. This pad is super easy peasy, you guys. You're gonna love it. Now for this, to create this, you're going to need pattern paper that is 4.5 by 12. So if you have any, you know, scraps in your bin that are 4.5 by 12 or 5 by 12, whatever, you're going to go ahead and you can create little notepads out of these. And you're going to score at 3 and then at 3 1/4. Then you're going to score at 6 5/8, and then at 6 7/8. And these are going to be your score lines where you're going to be able to fold, okay, your notepad together. Now I'm placing double back tape. I don't know why I placed it there on the second part, because you don't need it. So you just need it in the first part where the score line is 3 and then at 3 1/4 in between those two score lines. And then you're going to grab your paper pads once they're all dry. You're going to place a little bit of glue on that double back tape. Then you're going to go ahead and press that in. So you're going to press that score line into your paper pad. Make sure it's really secure. You're going to fold it back. You're going to fold that back, okay, so that way it will adhere down really well to that notepad. Okay, then you're going to place your clips on there so it will dry. That long piece you're going to fold back a bit, okay, and then you're going to fold it under. Now this is going to create a little pocket for you to put some things inside, and you'll see here in just a minute how we do this. Now you can fold the front flap over. Now you are going to go ahead and we're going to add some magnets, and I just placed 2 magnets on here, so you're going to go ahead and just place 1, 2, or both of them, I'm sorry, right inside of there. And I was going to do 2 of them like that, but then I decided, you know what, we don't need 2 of them. I think one on each side is good, so I went ahead and placed 1 there on the inner flap and then 1 on the inside flap there. Okay, if you have a notepad, this is for project number 3. If you have a notepad that needs a backing on it, you'll go ahead and just take your chipboard piece, go ahead and draw around it, and then cut it out. And that's what I'm doing here. So this is just a scrap piece of chipboard that I had, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach this to I'm going to attach both of them together using double back tape, which I'm going to place the double back tape on top of the seam on the pad, on the notepad. That's going to give me a little extra room there, and you'll see it's and depending on how much you have as far as the notepad, you'll use a bigger tape or smaller tape, whichever fits, so it has enough hangover to attach the chipboard to the back of your notepad, just like this. So you see I'm folding over the double back tape just like that and burnish in. Next, you're going to go ahead and put some glue on top of that, and then you're going to cut out a piece of paper and you're just going to wrap that around your top of the notepad where you added your glue, and you're just going to go ahead and fold that over, crease it really good, just like so. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to glue the bottom part of that and just burnish that in. Now you can go ahead and you can cover the back. So the back, you're just going to place some glue back there, cut out your piece of paper, and go ahead and glue that on. Next, for the top of this little notepad, I went ahead and just added a little butterfly on there with some foam tape popped up on top, and just popped it up. And then I went ahead and did the corner rounder on the corners. Next, we're going to go ahead and make that little pocket with the flap that we folded over, and then that's it. And you can stick some little tags or whatever you would like inside of your little pocket, and you're pretty much done with this project. Next, I just wanted to share with you how this is going to work. You're going to write down on your paper, and yep, it just tears right off. It's easy peasy. Next, for this one here, I just went ahead and added some metal hearts that were from a previous kit, and that was it, and you're done. All right, y'all, so we're done with 3 different types of notepads that you can create yourself at home, just using your regular school-lined paper that you can cut up. And so we did this one where we made a little backing on chipboard, and then we went ahead and covered that up and put a magnet down. It's so cute. I absolutely love this one, and so versatile. So you can use any type of papers that you want with these easy notebooks, and you know, just make sure that the tops are dried and everything, and you'll be good to go. And then this one was super easy. We made this out of just a scrap piece of paper that was 4.5 by 12, and we just went ahead and folded it up, and there you go. And yep, and we're done. And so, and then we added a little magnet, made a little pocket, super, super cute. And then here is another easy one. So if you have any paper pads are already like done for, like, you know, they're glued on top like this one was. This one's already glued on top. All you have to do is just grab it, grab your scraps, fold it over the top, and I glued a chipboard piece down behind it to make it more sturdy. And then, of course, you can cover this part too if you want to. And then I covered the back, folded it over, taped it down, and there you go. It's just a little tiny notebook that you can write notes in and everything. I just think this is a fantastic way to use some of your scraps that you've got in your stash and in your scrapbook kits. So thanks a lot for joining me. Take care, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment, and join me Friday nights at 4:30 Central Time.